in a
Hmm.
little bit here because I know you're a busy sister. What do you think some things that black men can do better to make relationships better with black women? And the same, what do you think some things black women can do to make relationships better in relation with black men? Just
I
because your
think it.
experience is a queen, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it comes down to two things. I think respect, and I think love. I think we have to give out a lot more respect, and we have to give out a lot more love. We don't really do that a lot. Um, I know for myself, being on social media, you know what I'm saying, even you know, interactions and debates and different things like that with a lot of black men on my page, a lot of times it will turn into a lot of disrespect that doesn't have to be there. You see what I'm saying? And I feel the same way even about when it comes to black women and how we approach black men on social media. It's a lot of disrespect in on social media and in real life that doesn't have to be there. You see what I'm saying? I can express myself. I can speak to you. I can talk to you with love. And things will turn around when I talk to you like that. Things will when I treat you that way, when I walk up to you and instead of giving you a stank face, I can acknowledge you with a handshake or a hug. You get what I'm saying? And it's really that seems really simple and that seems really small, but that's something that's not elevated in this culture. That you know what I'm saying, this especially the dominant culture, everything is is separated from each other, uh, from just you know how you even interact with people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a lot of individualism there, and I think that when you show love to people, when you show that person, they don't. It's you got to be a really messed up person for somebody to show love to you and you just dismiss it. You get what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times within our community, we don't see that often. We don't see love displayed often, you know. And when we do see it, we have to elevate it like that's the exception. Like I don't know if you've been seeing this, but that Black Love hashtag, you know, it's always been weird to me. I think it's awesome. I really do. I think it's awesome. But it's always been a little weird to me that black love is looked at as the exception and not the rule. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that shouldn't be something that if you see a black man and a black woman holding hands or kissing or walking down the street together where you're like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that should be normal to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To see a black man hugging a black woman and a black woman hugging a black man, that should be normalized. It shouldn't be an exception. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the biggest building blocks to building up the community is establishing more love and more respect between each other. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, white couples, they got things they got to work on. I mean, we're at a 50% divorce rate in America. We only make up
Mm-hmm.
13% of the population. So, and they got statistics that, 65, 70% of black women aren't married. So it can't be us getting divorced. So they got just as much problems, if not more, than us. But I'm only concerned about us. And I just know it's, again, coming from a sister's point of view, if it was anything, specific that, coming from your point of view, what could we do better just in your experience? Can you like bullet point, like, I talked to a sister before and she said, well, brothers, y'all just don't listen. Y'all don't communicate. Y'all internalize, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things, which makes it difficult for us to have that love that you were talking about. Do you notice any specific things that like that black men could do better to make it overall better? Just coming from your point of view.
Well, I think that's a very loaded question.
Okay.
And like I said, I don't ever want to make it seem like um I'm being too uh negative. I like to say I'm being a lot more realistic
Hmm.
because we have a number of factors, poverty, generational poverty, like I said, the psychological effects of slavery, you know what I'm saying? We have a lot of factors that um other communities don't have to deal with.
Hmm.
I think when you're talking about divorce and the high rates of divorce, and and different single motherhood, and you know what I'm saying, even deadbeat fathers and all of these different things, you're dealing with a systematic issue. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not an individualistic thing. So when you're talking about, how what can we do to make black the black community, or the black male and female relationship better, you have to dismantle the system that you're under. You see what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
can't make anything better within a system of oppression. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
What can be better within that? You know what I'm saying? You're trying to eat crumbs from a table full of, you know what I'm saying, entrees. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. You can. And when I say we need more love and respect, I'm saying that because that's something that within the system that we're dealing with can help us on a psychological level. You get what I'm saying? A mental level, emotional level. You feel what I'm saying? Because it has to be a balance there. You still got to be working within the system. But to me, nothing can get better until you know what I'm saying. Black people are free. We got to be clear. You feel what I'm saying? If you're trying to coexist within, you know what I'm saying, the dominant society, and you trying to say, well, how can we make things better? You can make things better by by you know ending what we're under. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I don't want to seem negative, like
No.
there's no hope,
Hmm.
but we have to talk about organization. We have to talk about grassroots activism. We have to talk about um um serious serious, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
um and we can't just talk about black relationships. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of being in a black relationship if you don't have your boots on the ground? You get what I mean? You get what I'm saying?
Understand.
You're enjoying yourself, you're enjoying your relationship, and the people around you are suffering. You get what I'm saying? You building up yourself, you living in the suburbs, and you sending your children to a fancy college, and you got Black Love hashtag on your social media, but the people around you are suffering. The masses of black people are still suffering. So what's the point of idolizing or making these things uh, the goal when we're still in a messed up situation? You see what I'm saying?
I understand.
I don't want to be negative.
No,
I
you're not
don't want
being
to seem like I'm moving.
not
Yeah.
not being negative, Queen. It's your perspective and your view, and that's why I brought you on to get your perspective and view. And we need these different perspectives so we can almost make it like a pie. A pie, it looks beautiful at the end, but there's many different ingredients that it took to make that pie, and it's going to be many different perspectives and views and solutions and angles that we're going to need to solve our problem, because this is it's our
100%.
problem. But with me being a therapist and going into the homes, um, um, I still think that even with all the obstacles that we have that you eloquently explain, I still think it's things that we can do within our own home to make our
Mm-hmm.
situation better.
Mm-hmm.
And I always reference back to Good Times, that show, because I'm a 70s baby. They were up against it. They were up against, white supremacy. They were up against, systematic racism. But because they had a family structure and they had a father that didn't play and a mother that was backing up the father, they had a strong family structure. That's not a mythological show. That is real
Mm-hmm.
if it's implemented. But somehow, because of the things that you laid out, because of the obstacles we have, we gotten way off. But I do think it's things that we can do despite all the obstacles to make our at least our family structure better. What do you think about that?
Um, I think that to me, structure, family structure, again equates to me. I consider myself a black socialist. I don't even want to put black in front of it. I consider myself to be a student of scientific socialism within the realm of Kwame Ture and Kwame Nkrumah, and you know what I'm saying, and different uh, people that have spoken so eloquently about um, communalism within uh the black with black people. You see what I'm saying? And to me, I think that, again, a nuclear type of family structure does not per se make uh our situations better. You see what I'm saying? We have to look at everything from a communalistic viewpoint. And that's why I say, when you're talking about a black male and female relationship, not only the love and respect has to be shown within the community, period, but you also have to talk about my household is the community. You see what I'm saying? It's not isolated. You see what I'm saying? It's not where, it's the mother, the father, and the kids, and that's it. It's the whole community. When my father, when I was growing up, like I said, I'm from Alabama. When I was growing up, people took in other people from other households.
Mm,
You see what I'm saying?
mm,
Like my mother herself, my niece is not related to us at all. You see what I'm saying?
mm,
But we call her our niece, and she's been within our household since she was 3 months old. You see what I'm saying? And that's because we have to look at things as everything is black unity. You know what I'm saying? That child walking down the street is my child. That man walking across the street is my grandfather. That old woman that, you know what I'm saying, needs her groceries picked up is my grandmother. You see what I'm saying? I think when we talk about it from an individualistic standpoint, a nuclear family type of way, I think it takes away from the fact that we have to be in mass to defeat white supremacy. It can't be where we're always talking about how can we build up the black family, because the black family will become middle class, move into the suburbs, and don't care anything about the rest of the black masses. You get what I'm saying? It's about, you know what I mean? It's about creating a vision of of communalism. We are all one, and one of us is all. You get what I mean?
mm.
Like I feel like, to me, you can't approach a complex situation from a very simplistic level. You know, we can't say, well, if we build up the black family, we're gonna defeat white supremacy, because that's not the way white supremacy, white domination, white aggression works. You see what I'm saying? Because you can survive within the system. You see what I'm saying? But the system is still hell bent on killing you, on black genocide. So what are the steps to create a strong community? And I agree
right.
with you, sister. She said we don't have a sense of community anymore,
Mm,
and that's the issue. 100%, sister. That's the issue. We don't look at things from the fact of, how, if I can't eat, who is this person is going to come in and, you know what I'm saying, help me with food. If that person isn't eating, I'm going to get out and I'm going to make sure that they're eating. You see what I'm saying? Like, to me, Good Times is a show. You see what I'm saying? It was a feel good show. It was a show that showed Black people in a positive light at a time when there weren't a lot of positive Black images. But that does